Peace, family. Peace, 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 peace. Okay, so you guys may see me looking back and forth, okay, because I'm on my laptop. Um, ooh, 1 second. Okay. So I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, do understand and get your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. I wanted to just come on here real quick and like you see in the thing. Ooh, I didn't pin that comment. Oh, I didn't pin it. But anywho, so I said that I come on here real quick for a few minutes, to take some, if you guys have some questions, if I'm able to, answer them, I answer them, or if you just want to talk, okay? I know, I have gotten a few times, like people send me a DM and they ask me, if they could do a one-on-one with me, right? And if you do a one-on-one with me, of course I'm in charge because my time is not free. But if you want to get some stuff off your chest and you want to talk to me like while we on live, don't worry about, other people seeing the video or, worry about you wanting your questions answered. Okay. You got to change the way you see things. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to be on here for a few minutes. And if you guys have some questions, if you want to listen, let me tell you guys something. All right. I told you guys before, I would be afraid to do lives. Like in the past, right? I've been doing these lives for about, who's counting? Okay, it's been a minute. And I remember when I first had seen someone like do lives, right? And it was somebody that I knew from, know from back in the day. And she would go live and I would be like, how the fuck? Like, how could she get on there, right? Like, people see her and all this other stuff, right? Because I was afraid. Like, my perception and my self-esteem of myself, it was like so low. And so I didn't understand like how she could do it. And then fast forward a few years later, now I'm doing it. So, with that being said, if you are a person and you like, well, I may be going through something right now, right? Pull up on this live. If you want, if I can answer the question, I'm gonna answer it. If I can't, I'm gonna be like, I don't know. Because I only speak from experience. I only speak from based upon the things that I've been through and the things that I have experienced. That's mainly what I speak from. Let me see. Also, I know a lot of you guys probably feel like, me, like I be saying the same thing because repetition is key. You guys hear me talking about the subconscious mind each and every day. And, if you want to change your life, you're going to have to change that subconscious mind of yours. You're going to have to change it. And one of the things that I didn't understand was, I remember I used to hear Bob Proctor say, he used to be like the repetition, right? The repetition, power of the repetition. I also heard Zig Ziglar, who was I would like to say inspirational speaker from back in the day. And one of the things Zig Ziglar used to say is the repetition. Is the repetition. You gotta understand the repetition when you constantly listening to stuff over and over and over and over again, right? Is the repetition is the reprogramming of your subconscious mind. So if you like you listen to stuff, and that was one of the ways like I didn't understand like how I changed. Hey Fred, peace to you, baby. Hey Toro, peace to you, baby, peace to you. That was one of the things that I didn't understand. So if you guys see me looking here and there, that's because I'm on my laptop. I'm still making adjustments to my YouTube channel, so that's why you may see me going back and forth. But I remember Zig Ziglar. No, that was how I changed, right? Because my mother, I remember when I first changed and I first like got into this, like personal development, understanding about manifestation, laws of attraction. I'm still learning. But I remember my mother was like, well, how could you have changed like so quick? And my only thing was because I wanted more. Like I really, really wanted more. Right. And I don't like saying want because that's operating from scarcity or lack, but I felt I desire more than what I was getting. I desire more than, just the way I was showing up. I desired more. And my mother, right, she ain't get it. She really ain't get it because she was like, and some of the things she used to say, she used to be like, well, everybody can't just change like you. I guess she felt like I changed like overnight. But what it really was, it was me being sick and tired. Like in life, you really gotta be like fed up with your life. Like in order for you to get better. Like you really, like lying to yourself ain't doing nothing. And it is not doing much. Like by you lying, by you saying, well, I really love my life or whatever. Like I was sick of my life. I was sick of what I was getting. And recently I had told some of you guys on some of my lives that I had invested. I had to borrow the money, okay? I invested. I told you guys about one of my favorite content creators, Peach McIntyre. And I remember she was giving this like special or whatever. And basically it was for her to look over your YouTube channel and see, how could you improve? Because she has like a large following. I think it's like over 200, is it 200 or 300 and something thousand? And she been doing YouTube like consistently for 2 years, right? And I remember I had invested in myself and I invested in myself, and I remember when she went on my page, like to pretty much like look at the things that I can fix on my page, she was like, and shout out to my sister Melissa because she definitely comes through. Like I always say when we blow up, right, she gonna be like definitely it with me because she's definitely been a major part in my building, right? My building of my legacy, my building of me branding, my building of my YouTube, my Facebook. Like she's definitely been there. And so I remember I paid for the, for the analysis to get done on my page. And she told me, right, Peach McIntyre, she was like, oh, well, this is like what you need to fix and this what you need to fix. And I have 2,000 videos that has been uploaded from I want to say from last year up into now, right? And at first, I'm like going back and fixing them videos, like, and then it was another part of me because some content creators be like, well, you don't need to do that. And then as I was laying in the bed, right, because a few minutes ago, I'm still reading this, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And so it was like an idea came to me. And it pretty much was like, you say you want the results that this person has, but you're not willing to do the thing that the person told you to do. And then I started looking at my life like, oh shit. So I got up and I'm like, I don't care how long it takes me to fix these videos of mine, but I'm going to do it. Look, success is inconvenient. Is inconvenient. You're not going to be able to have the things and get the things you say you want by being the same exact person that you once was. Is no way. So you gotta look at your life and you gotta start seeing like, shit, what the fuck I want? Like really, like what is it that you want? That's how you have to start seeing yourself. Because I tell you guys all the time, I don't care how your childhood was. And that's not to be like, like, I don't give a fuck. But that's just to be like, I don't care. Like, you could push through that. Like, whatever it is you're going through, you could always push through it. You don't have to stay there. But if you're not changing any part of your subconscious mind, you most likely next year is going to be the same exact year like this year. Because you're not doing nothing different. And I always say, like when I used to go for advice from one of my homeboys who used to like give me the game on guys, like while I was getting the results I was getting from guys. And he didn't care if I believed what he was saying or not. Like, he didn't care if I said, well, I don't believe what you saying, right? He just was like, well, you ain't got to believe it. You going to keep on getting what you get. And it's the same exact thing. Like, you ain't got to believe what nobody else say. But it's for you to look at your life and start saying, shit, what could I do different? It's for you to start looking at your life and start saying, you deserve different. But if some part of you is allowing the voodoo, right, to go on constantly in your mind, then you're going to keep on getting the same exact thing. And the voodoo, when I'm talking about voodoo, I'm talking about like the repetition of somebody keep on telling you, they done told you so many times, like, you ain't worth shit. Hold on 1 minute, family. They done told you so many times that you ain't worth shit. And you believed it. And you still believe in it. You know how you know if you still believe in it? Due to your results. Due to your results. The results. The people who you date. Your finances. I remember I had heard Bob Proctor say, he was like, your finances, the money you make, is a direct reflection of how you see yourself. And I was like, damn, I gotta level up some more. I was like, I definitely, I watch this stuff damn near every day. Okay, like how I can improve myself. Because a lot of times we be thinking like our way that we've been doing it. Like, look at me. I was just like, damn, I've been doing these videos for 5.5 years, whatever. And no, I'm gonna keep on doing it, and I'm gonna put what she told me to put. I'm gonna do it, like, upload. But then there was a part of me that was like, yeah, but you didn't know. You don't know as much. Like, sometimes you gotta admit to yourself, you just don't know. And ain't nothing wrong with you not knowing. There's nothing wrong with you not knowing. I used to say this saying back in the day when I first started doing these videos. I would be like, I know nothing about nothing. Because what you think you know, that shit could be so damn, so yellows. That shit could be wrong. And you just like, well, no, I know. Well, if you know, then you would be getting the results like the other people are getting. And it's not like comparison. It's just like taking a look, like, how could I improve who I am? How can I improve the things that I'm doing? And if you don't want to improve it, fuck it. I mean, this your life. You ain't got to improve it. You just keep on getting the same fucked up results that you've been getting. Who want to keep getting the same exact results? I mean, who? Even you learning whatever it is, but you always should be looking to expand your damn self. You always should be looking for ways to evolve. Not just be, like stuck, like, damn, like it should always be like, damn, how could I improve? Like, I know I'm here, but I could still do better. You have so much fucking potential within you. And you know what's crazy? Because sometimes you sometimes you like, shit, I just lost the door. Honey, I just lost that dot. Oh, you know what's crazy? Because it's sometimes you get around people, right? And it could be a person that just like in your life to just tell you like certain things. They could be like, you deserve so much more. And you'll be smiling, or you'll be like, yeah, I know. But do you really know that? Do you really know that? I'm going to share this story with you guys. Let me just do this thing real quick. If you guys want to come on my live, come on. Pull up. Wait 1 second. All right. I remember I was, honey, this promiscuous. I was very promiscuous, looking for love. I tell you guys my shit, okay? Was looking for love, very promiscuous. I remember this one night, my sister and I, we had went to this bar. Well, it's like a bar, but like a lounge, so to speak, right? And we had went to this bar / lounge, and I was looking, right, like I was desperate. Although, I looked a certain way, I dressed a certain way, still was desperate, okay? That's why I say none of that materialized things, none of those things matter in a sense where as though if you feel like you have low self-esteem, it's not going to level your self-esteem up, okay? Because and say if it did, right? As soon as they take that shit, you're gonna feel back to the way you was. And that's why I say it's an illusion, right? But at this time, I was looking for love, and I was looking for love, and I remember the guy, I had met this guy. And listen, this is another thing. If you incomplete, if you see yourself as incomplete and you like, well, I'm gonna start dating because, I feel so unhappy. Maybe you feel bored. Maybe you want somebody to do certain things for you. And you really look at yourself and feel like you can't do those damn things for yourself. So now you looking outside yourself. And so this dude that I had met at this lounge bar, I had started talking to him. And me talking to him, I remember he had told me he had just came home from jail. Honey, I was into the bad boys. I'm still kind of I still like the swag of a bad boy and that whole terminology, bad boy. But I still all right, so I still like the swag of the rebellion, right? Like to be rebellious. I like the swag of a guy that is a leader, right? I like that. And a guy that knows exactly what he wants. Someone that is, I didn't even think I was going to be talking about this, but someone that takes initiative, right? I like that. And someone that's going to stimulate my mind, because you definitely, sex is cool, but to me, in relationships, what I have noticed, it can't be just sex. It can't be just sex. It has to be something weird as though you stimulate in my mind. Because if not, I'm going to be turned off very quick. Okay. And so, and I didn't know that about myself. I would be in relationships and I'd be like, why don't, because the guys, they normally would complain, we ain't have sex in a certain amount of time. And at first I just was like, I don't know. I just, because to me, and it's funny because in my chart, my natal chart, it talks about this. It talks about I need a guy to stimulate my mind. And so this guy, so I met him. He just came home from jail, from prison, right? And me and him was talking probably for about 2 weeks, right? And I had asked him I think he'd been home for six months or so. And I asked him, I was like, when was your last relationship? And I could have sworn he told me, no, I said, yeah, when was your last relationship? I could have sworn he said 3 months ago, right? Because he'd been home for 6 months. So me and him was talking and we had relations, right? We had sex. And I noticed it was some shit that wasn't adding up, right? And to the ladies out there that will come across this video, listen, men know what they want, okay? If you questioning yourself, why he don't call me? He don't call you because most likely he's not that interested in you. Because if a guy like you, they gonna make way. They gonna make time, okay? They will make time, okay? And see, if you're not desperate, you would be able to peep the red flags in the beginning, okay? You would be able to, see. And that's why I've been at a relationship for 5.5 years. Because I haven't come across anyone that is, you know. And so back to this dude. So me and him, we, talking and stuff. And, sometimes you go want stuff for people more than what they want for themselves. So I'm talking to old boy and I'm basically telling him, Because I was working and he still wasn't working. And he'd been back and forth to prison so many times. And I was like, well, I could get you a job at, like where I work at, like doing the most. And me and him only been talking for like 2 weeks. And I noticed like he didn't want better. And maybe, all right, let me take that back. Maybe he wanted better, but he was just so programmed about, how to get money quick, right? And how to do what he always been doing. So, like, waiting for a paycheck, especially when you feel like I could get the money, right now. If I go on a corner and stuff like that, I could get the money right now as opposed to waiting for a paycheck. And so I kept telling him, and it seemed like I wanted his life to change more than him. And that's the thing, because when you out here trying to be a change agent and you like, well, I want your life to be better than what it is. I want your life to change drastically. Like, I don't want you to keep getting the same fucked up deal from life. But sometimes people feel as though that that's all that they good for. Sometimes people look at their life and be like, well, this is it, right? Sometimes people look at their life and they don't know what the fuck is going on. Maybe some part they want better, but they so unaware of how to get better that they keep on choosing the same exact thing. And they really sleep and they really feel like, well, maybe if I sold more drugs this time, like I could get away with it this time, right? Now, all the other 30 or 40 times they done did it, they done got caught. But sometimes they think like, well, I'm going to move different. I'm going to come up with a different strategy and all this other stuff. So me, I'm talking. And, so I noticed like, I was like, all right, well, you could, fill out this application. I was working at a hardware store. So I even was going up to like, vendors of the hardware store that comes to the hardware store. I was going up to like one vendor because I worked with that vendor before. And I was like, oh, are y'all hiring, whatever it is? And it was a seasonal job. So if he worked it, he could collect, in the winter, he would be able to collect unemployment. So I was like, and I'm telling him, I'm like, oh yeah, they said X, Y, and Z and all this other stuff, right? And he never filled out the application. He never went to see the lady to get interviewed. He would come up with excuses like he had tattoos. And I was like, yeah, but is other people that work for that company, they have tattoos too. Like he came up with all these scenarios of why he thought he couldn't win. Like all these different scenarios he was coming up with. And so afterwards, we still talk, but I had a homeboy who will always give me the game about dudes that I was dating. That's why I say, like, if a guy wants you, like, you gonna know, right? You really gonna know. He's really gonna take initiative because by nature, men are hunters. So you gonna know. And so my friend, my dude friend, I was talking to him and I was like, oh yeah, this dude, we talk over the phone and stuff like that. And, I asked him to come see me. He's like, honey, saying this, okay, it takes a lot, okay? Because now I look at myself and I'm like, oh my goodness. Just my self-image, it was so fucked up back then. And so, but I'm so grateful I went through all of that. I'm so grateful and thankful I went through all of that, because if it's not for those messed up, fucked up relationships you went through, you wouldn't know what it feels like to have something better or to want something better. So be grateful for those fucked up relationships. Be grateful for that ex that cheated on you. Be grateful because the only thing they doing is reflecting back to you how you view you. They showing you your shadow side. That's all they doing. That part of you that you want to cover up, that part of you that you like, no, I'm so strong, and really you really feel a certain type of way. You afraid, you operating from fear, and you like, no, I'm so strong, all of this and that. Only thing the person that's coming into your life, your significant other or your exes, only thing they doing is revealing back to you exactly who you are. Who you see yourself as. That's it. That's it. And you have the ability to look at your life and say, do I want better or do I want to constantly get the same exact thing? But either which way, this your life. This your life, pretty baby. You do what the fuck you feel is right for you. If you feel as though you gotta go through all the relationships and constantly have them drag you through the mud, by all means, do that. If you feel as though, you know what, I'm sick of this shit, I don't deserve this, right? Then move on. Do something different. But either which way, you're going to get the results of how you perceive yourself to be. Okay? And I was getting results like the way I didn't fuck with myself. How I was afraid to love myself. How I didn't even know how to love myself. How I was willing to put somebody else on a pedestal and thinking that I could change them, I can fix them, right? Because looking at them, I was seeing myself as being broken. All this shit, all this stuff that's in the subconscious mind that you like, oh, well, I'm healed, I'm fixed, I don't need to do no work on myself. But yet and still, you getting certain results that you say you don't like. If you don't like those results, you have the ability to change them. This is your life. You can change them. So get back to the story. So I was telling my homeboy, right? And I'm like, oh, listen, like, you know, we had relations this day, whatever. And I was telling him one of the things that I loved about my homeboy, Pete. One of the things that I loved about him was he never judged me. Like, I could tell him, like, all the dudes that I slept with, you know, like, everything. And he was just a cool ass dude. Like, no matter what I told him, he was just there, like, listening and just be like, you know, just giving me the game on what I should do, how I should move next. Oftentimes, I will fumble, right? I will fumble the bag. I will fumble the play because I felt like, I know it. No, I know what I'm doing. Although I was getting the results, right? And so this dude, I remember, and you know, it's so funny how you be like so fucked up and insecure, and like the people that you attracting, like you can tell something is up, right? Like the way you perceive yourself. Like this dude ain't have no job. He ain't have hardly any money because he just came home from jail. And I don't know if he was willing to go back to the streets or like what was his MO. But I was trying to get him a job and all this other stuff, like doing the most. And sometimes you look at yourself and you like, well, you know what? I got to impress this person. And it's so crazy because it's like the person isn't even impressionable. Like you trying to impress somebody who don't have nothing. And it's no judgment because, you know, we grow through shit, but like this person really didn't have anything. And I still was like trying to impress him. I had my own apartment. I was working. I done graduated from college. Like, oh, did I graduate or was I in college? But I had this, and here I am trying to impress him. And this dude just came home from prison, okay, with no job. And I'm trying to do all this extra shit. And I remember, so this one day, he had called me to meet up with him. And one of the things that I could appreciate about my aunts and my mother, one of the things they would say is you never go get a guy, right? Like, cause I'm from the old school, right? And the same as that concept, what I said, like men are hunters. If they want you, you gonna know, okay? If they want you, they gonna call you. Like, you gonna know, okay? You gonna know. If they inconsistent or if they not calling you, oftentimes that means they don't want you. If they not calling you, because whatever it is that you want, honey, you gonna go after, okay? So getting back to it. So, I was going to meet him, right? Cause he ain't had no way to get to my house. and I was going to meet him. And I had this wig on. It was my mother's wig. I had this wig on, and I had these boots on. Honey, you couldn't tell me nothing. Okay. And one of the things he said to me, like while I was on the phone with him, he was like, "Oh, could you get me some cigarettes?" Cause he ain't even had money for cigarettes. So I was like, all right, whatever. So, I had got him some cigarettes, and I walked like to meet him. And as I met him, me and him was walking, and I had heard somebody say, like, "Bitch, lift up your, bitch, turn around." And I'm walking, I'm not like really paying no mind to it, no attention to it. And I think I'm gonna do this story on YouTube. And I remember, I'm still constantly just walking, and then I heard somebody say, "Bitch, lift up your shirt." And I was like, at that point, I turned around, because I'm like, who the fuck? Because I done heard this shit twice, right? "Bitch, turn around, I'm talking to you, didn't lift." So I turns around, and I'm like, who the fuck? Like, I didn't even know who old girl was. And it was his baby mama. So when I asked him, like, when was the last time you was in a relationship? He was like 3 months ago, right? And so me and the girl fought. And I never forgot, like, me and her got into a fight. And I had those, like, these real, like, these thick ass platform heels on. And like, I had to take the heels off, right? Because, I'm chasing after, just foolish. Okay? Chasing after the girl, because I'm like, oh, she ain't gonna fucking touch me and all this other shit. You know where this dude was? He was just standing there watching. And afterwards, she ran off. And took, like, because I threw my pocketbook down, she took the pocketbook, okay? And he walked off. He left. And that was so humiliating and embarrassing. And it was just humiliating, embarrassing, self-esteem fucked up. It was just that. And I remember, my sister Melissa came, and I had went to, the precinct, whatever, because she had my phone and stuff. And, I had pulled up to his house, because I was like, what type of shit you on? Like, you fucking laugh. And I was like, you must be been still dating your baby mother. And I was like, you gonna tell me the last time you was in a relationship was like 3 months ago or whatever it was. Even 3 months to me, like, looking back now, 3 months is too soon for somebody to, like, jump back into a relationship, especially after, and that's just my opinion, right? Because emotions is still there. You get what I'm saying? And 3 months, like, y'all just broke up, and then you trying to get back in a relationship, chances are the next person is just going to be the rebounder, or, you looking for somebody to take their place of that other person. And nobody could ever take a place of another person, okay? And so, I went to the precinct. Well, actually, the cops here came, and because old boy gave me his baby mother's address. And I went there, me and the cops had went there, knocked on the door, nobody answered the door, right? And from that day, it was just like, that was it. But I'll never forget, like, the cops was like, you deserve so much better. Like, and they was like, this dangerous, because suppose this girl has something on her, like, and I didn't even, I was just so infatuated with being in a relationship or somebody loving me that I was willing to do the unthinkable, because I was looking for love outside myself. And whenever you looking for love outside yourself, you're going to get something that is going to reveal back to you constantly, because that's what it's doing. It's showing you, like, over and over again. the people showing you, like they showing you basically what they saying, we can't give you love. We can't give you love. Look, you keep on accepting the unacceptable. We gonna keep on giving you the unacceptable. Why? Because there's no outside. There's no outside. So by you looking outside yourself and you like, well, I'm going to get the love from here. I'm going to get the love from them. I'm going to get the love from them. And that's why I think I have been single for a minute, because one, a part of me is afraid, right? And then two is like me protecting my energy. Me protecting my energy, especially now that I do these videos, like I really be cautious and really fucking mindful. And I'm not looking for things outside myself. Like, 1 second, family. For anything outside myself. So whatever somebody feel like they could give me, I'm giving myself that, right? Like my peaceful moment and what I enjoy doing, reading and evolving. Like that is my thing. And always looking for ways to improve who the fuck I am. That's my thing. And if I don't meet someone, or if I haven't met anyone, because, and maybe it's a thing where though I'm giving excuses, because I look at people, at guys, the first few minutes that I meet them, and if what they say, if it raised any red flags, I'm out. I'm out. Like, cause I don't have time to waste. So this video really was for you guys to pull up if you had any questions, or if you was just going through something. Cause like I said, I get DMs, like people asking me, for one-on-ones and stuff like that. If you get a one-on-one, I am going to charge, because that's my time. But if you want me to answer a question, or if you going through some shit, if I could answer it whenever I'm doing a live, if you want to come live with me, you could come live. I'll be willing to answer the, whatever question you may have or whatever. But do understand and get, when your self-image of you change, everything else is going to change. The way you view yourself, the way you... I remember this dude that I was talking to, he had came to my apartment, my old apartment. And I was on Section 8. That was like my first Section 8 apartment. And I remember he was like, basically he basically was saying, like, this apartment is nice, but you deserve more. Like you want more from life. And at that time, like, I just was like, yeah, I always like seen stuff and always was like, damn, like a part of you like, damn, I deserve that. But then there's another part of you that's probably like with the doubt and, everything like that. You probably like, damn, I don't know, maybe not this lifetime or some shit. Because that's definitely what I used to be like. I used to say that. But then I had to change my perception, understand that what you give your energy to and what you tune into, that shit is feeding your subconscious mind. Is feeding off of you. And if it's nothing that is going to inspire you, where so you like, you know what? I'm gonna have that. And you ain't gotta know. You ain't gotta know how the fuck you gonna get it. Only thing you gotta put out into the ether, out into the universe, I deserve this. You ain't gotta know like how everything gonna come together, when it's gonna come together, the date of it's coming together. You ain't gotta know that. Just keep on planting the seeds. Keep planting the seeds, and before you know it, you're gonna look at your life and you're gonna be like, damn, it feels so amazing. I had people come to me, I'm trying to think of her name. I had people come to me, Shay. I remember when she sent me a message and she was like, your videos really helped me. Like, I just bought a house. Her husband, and her children. They just bought a house. Like that shit, that's, no matter how much money I make, like I'm always gonna be relatable. Because I think like once you start being unrelatable, that's like when you start losing yourself in a sense. That's when you start like you start feeling like alone, because you like you so like you act like you know, like better in a sense, but like you going through the same shit, because in this here universe it's not biased. It's not going to give one person rain and the other person is going to be like, oh, I'm not going to give you no rain. I'm never going to allow you to experience pain or whatever it is. It's all according to how you look at it. Right? So you're going to still experience things in life, but it's for you to look at it like, you know what? This is just a pebble. This is just a pebble that's in the road. Like I could always maneuver around it. I don't have to constantly be stopped by this pebble. Right? And then another young lady had sent me a message, and me and her met in Lyft while I was driving for Lyft. And I remember she sent me a message and she was like they had, her and her daughter, they had moved to West New York. And if you guys familiar with like West New York, like if you familiar with Jersey, you know, like West New York, you can see like New York City, right? And her daughter had moved into one of those complexes. And when she sent me the message, I felt so good. And also I did ask, I was like, come on, universe, like, what's up? What's going on? Right? But that shit feel good to me. I love hearing people say, you know, like your videos, they inspired me so much. I love that. And I tell you guys all the time, like I could never give you anything. Right? I never could give you anything. I could share my story. I could share my journey. I could share what I'm studying, right? And I could share like how my perception is right now. But as far as me giving you something, I never could just give you, you know, something, because you already know this. It's just like, you know, like maybe you have amnesia. You done forgot a bunch of this shit. And then somebody come along the way and be like the light, right? They shine in this light. And then it's like you getting back to your memory of, oh shit, yeah, you know, I am capable. I am aware. I am able to fix my life, right? I don't have to stay the same. And that's what it's really about. So with that being said, let me get back to, working. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. Make sure you rocking out, believing in yourself. Make sure you fucking with you. Make sure you can share this live video, because you never know who else may need it. You know, not saying that they need it, but you don't know who else may want to hear something like this. Okay? And send some stars. Okay? Come on, open that pocket. Open that pocket. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.